Hey, it's Vanner, and you're listening to Finding Frequency. Wow, long Saturday update. Do I sound tired? I'm tired. Um, where do I start? I think the extraordinary today is like appreciating the minor moments. Um, we tend to chase the big moments in life and uh, crave these extreme experiences. And, I might have mentioned, going on holiday and you know, going to South Africa, doing this, doing that, and kind of feeling a little bit stuck at home, especially because we have this big project going on. And I think Marta feels the same. But I had this thought this morning where we woke up quite early. Francie was like full of beans, in a playful mood, and insisted that we go to the shop to buy him a little zing. And we went with the flow, and we just got up, got ready, which is unique for us. I like getting up really early in the mornings, but Marta's not so inclined. Therefore, she likes the late nights action. I like late night working, but we don't entirely align with that. But this morning we got out and we took a stroll down to the closest little shopping center, did some shopping together. And while doing that, of course, discussing what we were going to do the rest of the day, this thought came up with me that I really appreciate being in that moment, walking with Francie and Marta to the shopping center, fresh air, beautiful Warsaw day, not too hot, the heat wasn't too intense, and just having just like time together. And I'm not entirely sure if I nor Marta always appreciate these moments, because these are the moments that I really cherish, honestly. But then for the rest of the day, also kind of keeping with the momentum, kicking in a more of a Marta mode, we picked up one of Francie's friends, Alex, and then went out to, where did we go? Oh, the Warsaw Train Museum. Now, that is also an interesting place. It's taken a bit of a beating over the years. I've been there now for the third time. Second time, I went there with my dad, he was a railway child. My grandfather was a steam locomotive driver, and had a very strong railway culture in South Africa for a long time. Thus, taking my dad there second time around was really an amazing experience. But then also following it up with Francie and his friend Alex going there. Of course, they were completely preoccupied with all the steam trains. The unfortunate thing, though, and this is kind of a pandemic thing, is that they have like a little train graveyard at the back. So there's a whole bunch of old trains, like from the German war era, even steam locomotives. A lot of these trains were actually not accessible. They weren't allowing people to get into them. But here and there, Francie could jump into one of these steam trains and they could pretend driving trains, which was kind of really cool to see. But we managed to go through the train museum quite fast, and then ended up heading to the city and then spending a bit of time at this crazy play park that is full of little crawling areas. It's just insanely crazy for kids, and they had a good time there, played their souls out, but then also had time to slow down a little bit, enjoy the moment with just having a look at some of the nice flowers and fauna and flora around the city. I think, especially in Warsaw, the government here is making real effort to have a bit more of a kind of natural vibe around the city, because Warsaw is kind of a block of granite if you really look at it. So seeing these greeneries everywhere is really awesome. And we managed to spend some time there, and then ended up, Marta was actually laughing, being a little bit of a kind of consumer vibe, because we don't ever do this, but we ended up going to Subway. Now, you probably know this brand. It's kind of relatively known in Poland, but I was just craving a sandwich. And that's something that, I mean, they have sandwiches in Poland, but not like I remember in South Africa, with nice salad on it, just nice bread and, ham, tomato, maybe some cheese or whatever. And I was craving a sandwich today, and we ended up going to Subway because that's the only place I could find it, and spending time with Francie and them. And the Subway is actually in a street in Warsaw called Nowy Świat, or Nowy Świat, if I pronounce it better. It's translated into New World. So it's one of my favorite streets in Warsaw. and we took a stroll. City not too hot though, so that was nice. Didn't go too far because the two kids were getting really tired by then. But then also ending up having pączki. So that is traditional Polish donuts. Beautiful, beautiful experience. Very tasty. You always I always think, oh man, I'm not feeling like that. And when you have a good, decent Polish pączki, pyszne. That's delicious in Polish. So also ended up going to a small shop, one of my mom's favorites, just all kinds of Swedish trinkets in there, and spent some time buying the kids some gifts. Francie got a little drum set, and Alex got a little snooker table thing. It's really the randomest shit that we bought them, but still good times. And then the spending the day, or ending the day off with Marta and I coming home and having a nap after babysitting for most of the day, and Franz and his friends spending time at the friend's home for a little bit, which takes us to now, where I just brought out the trash. Francie's taking a bath. And happy to say that Marta and I also got some time to plan some stuff out for the work that we're going to be doing next week. Tense, but good stuff. So not entirely sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I have an idea of going out to the city to have a good breakfast or something like that, but we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, kind of like a weird day also, because I don't want to end this on a negative note, but also in between we started getting or continue getting updates of my friend Jeff's condition. And as we are kind of enjoying ourselves, he's still under and still fighting very hard, which is kind of sitting in the back of my mind a lot. So still sending out lots of good vibes to my mate, which concerns me that he's been under for so long. It's not good for the body, but hopefully his lungs are getting repaired as we wait for him to come back to us. So yeah, what a cool day, and also underpinned by gratitude for what we have here. And also got some news today that my mom's going to get vaccinated, the second shot on next week, which is really heartening and exciting for me. It's a step in the right direction for South Africa, for my family. So yeah, some good news, some worrying news, but then also the gratitude of just spending time with family today. So I think that was a full one for a Saturday. Usually Saturdays are quite short, right? But let me take a stroll back to the apartment and see what Marta is cooking up for us there. Hey, I hope you had a good day, and look for those small moments, like I said in the beginning. That's where the extraordinary is.